Sleep. As humans, normally we spend a third of our life sleeping. Yes, snoring, rolling around one's comfy bed to find the perfect position, and dreaming. All of this for a third of our lives. Sleeping, one of the world's favorite pastime, whether you are in a deep sleep in the nighttime or a quick peaceful nap during the day. One takes the time to rest our eyes. We all have to sleep. Sleep is a necessity for our human bodies to get that rest after a tough, tiring day. REM sleep is basically a cycle of sleep that produces dreaming and rapid eye movements. There are 5 cycles of sleep before REM sleep, and our body goes through these cycles several times when we are sleeping. Because of the dreams in REM sleep, our brain activity pattern is more active due to the dreaming part of REM sleep. Normally, a common question with sleep is, what exactly is sleep? In general terms, the Division of Sleep Medicine at Harvard Medical School says sleep is a period of reduced activity. But for technical terms, sleep is an activity that has changes in brainwave activity, breathing, heart rate, body temperature, and other physiological functions. Normally, one would think that during sleep, our brain would be turned off, but this is quite the opposite. Our brain can be more active than when we are awake during REM sleep. A lot goes down when one sleeps, but is necessary for everyone to get a good night's rest. Sleep is the international reset button that helps every human recharge, but for some people, they can never seem to press that button. This is a common problem for many people, and it's called insomnia. It is said that 1 in 3 people suffer from a mild form of insomnia. Insomnia, defined by the National Sleep Foundation, is a difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. Most of the time, people with insomnia feel a dissatisfaction with their sleep and experience the following symptoms: fatigue, low energy, and decreased performance in work and school. There are 2 types of insomnia that many people suffer from: acute insomnia and chronic insomnia. Acute insomnia is a brief form of insomnia and often caused by life circumstances like a night before the exam, being really stressed out, or recent bad news. This type of insomnia can be easily resolved. The other type of insomnia is chronic insomnia. Chronic insomnia is disrupted sleep that occurs at least 3 nights over a span of 3 months. As insomnia is a very common disease that roughly 30% of the general population suffer through it, it's no surprise that there are famous celebrities who have suffered through it. 2 famous celebrities that have suffered insomnia are Heath Ledger and Michael Jackson. Heath Ledger was a known sufferer of insomnia, as it was said that he would have many sleepless nights. Because of his insomnia, Heath Ledger would usually be found in New York's Washington Square Park early mornings because sleep would evade him. He would greet people on a stroll through the park, but he told people that he was very tired. Heath Ledger blamed his insomnia on work-related stress, and it was said that Heath Ledger would take a prescribed sleeping aid, Ambien, to help him sleep. Even with the pill, it was said that he only got 2 hours of sleep. He said he'd have to take a second to fall asleep, only to awake an hour later with his mind still racing. Another way Heath Ledger tried to put himself to sleep was constant partying so that he would get tired enough to put him to sleep, but it didn't work. It was said that he would arrive at the club at 3:30 in the morning and leave at sunrise, but not back home. He would instead head to the park and have his morning stroll. Another celebrity that suffered from insomnia was Michael Jackson, the king of pop himself. It was said that Michael Jackson went 2 months without REM sleep. This symptom is equivalent to a person who is totally sleep deprived. Because of this, Michael Jackson suffered in his performances, like the inability to do standard dances or remember the words to his songs, paranoia, talking to himself and hearing voices, and severe weight loss. If Michael Jackson hadn't died of the overdose of surgical anesthesia, he would have died due to the lack of REM sleep. Michael Jackson was given nightly propofol infusions instead of having REM sleep. These infusions left the user in a drug-induced coma that would almost mirror a good night's sleep, but without the actual benefits of sleeping. This really screwed up Michael Jackson's sleeping pattern. As we can see with these 2, sleep deprivation is very serious and can eventually do a lot of harm to your body if one doesn't sleep. It is known that sleep is very important and very crucial to have a healthy life, but how exactly can a lack of sleep affect us? Some common effects that a lack of sleep brings are feeling grumpy or overall not operating at 100%. Generally, a good night's sleep equals to around 8 hours, but honestly, it depends on the person. One should figure out how much sleep a person needs if one feels tired after sleep, then one is not getting enough sleep. The more a person doesn't sleep, the symptoms will increase. If one misses a night of sleep, they will have fatigue and a short temper the next morning, most likely. But if one continues to miss sleep, their brain can fog, which will make it difficult to concentrate and make decisions. Missing sleep continuously will eventually affect your overall health and make one prone to serious medical conditions like obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. A good night's sleep can affect us positively as well. It is said that sleep can boost your immunity. If one is constantly getting sick, then they're probably not getting enough sleep. A lack of sleep can also make one gain more weight. If one sleeps less, they have a tendency to gain weight and have a higher risk of becoming obese. Sleep can help your well-being as well. If one misses sleep, they can become moody and irritable, and if one continues to miss sleep, they have a higher chance of getting long-term mood disorders like depression and anxiety. Sleep can help with many things in our regular life, so it's important to sleep. We as millennials, or just simply put our generation, is currently suffering from sleep deprivation. According to the Business Insider, the number of US teens who are reporting sleeping less than 7 hours a night jumped 22% from 2012 and 2015. By 2015, 43% of teens have reported sleeping less than 7 hours a night on most nights. It seems that as a generation we are sleeping less, and many believe that this is because of one problem, the internet. Our generation is the first generation to have a range of technology all the way through our adolescence. This generation has spent a lot of time online. It's the one teen activity that's increased from 2010 and has been linked to shorter sleep. A certain device that has helped teens not get the right amount of sleep is the smartphone. Because of its portability and easy access to the internet, there's no surprise that a teen could get lost for hours on their smartphone. And if the teen were to use their smartphone before bed, it seems likely that their sleep would be very good. Most teens, like me, sleep with their smartphone right next to them, so it's easy to browse the internet when it's at arm's length. Another reason our generation have trouble sleeping is because we believe that studying is way more important than sleep. The extra hours of studying won't be worth it for the hours one loses when they could be sleeping. It is known that when you're tired, you are prone to make more mistakes, and by skipping sleep to study, you only just tire yourself without actually learning anything. Another important insight about skipping sleep is not that many people can function with a few hours of sleep, and chances are you're not one of those people. If one believes that they can handle a few hours of sleep, but in reality they can't, this will mess up your body. One's body won't be able to trust its own assessment of how impaired they are due to a lack of sleep. For my hands-on project, I decided to test the effects of insomnia and a good night's sleep on me. At the end of both nights, I would describe how I felt in the morning and at the end of the day to see what would be the difference. This is my hands-on project. In the morning, I felt exhausted, no motivation, I had low energy, and I was slow. Throughout the day, I felt slow. My work was inefficient. I would constantly doze off. I had loss of interest. My voice sounded tired, and I was very irritated. In the morning, I felt rested, I had more energy, and I felt like I could go throughout my day without any problems. Throughout the day, I felt well rested, I wasn't very tired, and I felt pretty good about myself. In general, as a society, we have completely disregarded sleep. Sleep has become a thing in which if we have time to do, then do it. But if one doesn't, then it's believed that one can skip sleep. These problems would eventually lead to insomnia and a lot of serious medical conditions. As a society, we have to see the importance of a good night's sleep and how everyone needs it. Sleep is very important, it isn't something you should disregard.